Hang on. Hello. There we go. Sorry. I think my mic wasn't working. There it is. It's back. It's back. Audio's back. Welcome, guys, to the Gospel Two Wheels. Sorry. I had accidentally hit the mute on the mic. But we're back. Roll delinquent. Yeah, I should be back. Hopefully you guys, that was a little bit ago. So, Dan Malone, hopefully you are hearing me now. Let me know, guys. The chats are coming in, but I think they're delayed. So, there it is. There we go. Awesome. Anthony Nunez, Rural Delinquent, Bruce Kennedy, Dan Malone, Garrett Anderson, 5280 James Bray. Looks like we got it all. Mike Barnato, what's up? Rich Pierce, what's happening? Barnato, it was awesome seeing you at the race this weekend. Dave Brayman, what's going down? It was a brutal one. I was not in shape for that beatdown, and my results showed it, but whatever. Crash Hard, we should do that sometime. I should just leave it on mute and let you guys narrate. It would be hilarious. Dan Malone, what's going on? The mailman. How did your vintage race go? You went vintage racing, I think. And how did that go? Next 229. 229? What's 229? I don't know what that means. Barnato. But, yeah, let's talk about the WeBe Racing race in Farmington, New Mexico. It was a classic Farmington, New Mexico WeBe race, which means it was deep sand whoops for a very long time. Actually, there's only... I don't know. I thought there were only about, there's only like 3 or 4 sections where the whoops were so deep that it was like miserable. The rest of the course actually wasn't bad. It was sandy, it was tough, all that good stuff, but that's racing, right? So it was, actually it was a pretty good course. I had a lot of fun. I didn't ride all that well. I ended up 33rd. I thought I was 34th, but 33rd overall, 4th 40A. I fortunately beat Mr. Michael Barnato. That's really all I cared about was beating Mike. And I did well. I got lucky. Marky Marco coming in from England. Right on. How is the UK? Dan Malone, how did the Corks race go on Sunday? Gotcha. Thanks, Mike. Sorry. 229 for sure. So, anyway, 229, we should definitely do... you guys caption stuff. It'd be hilarious if they go off the track a lot. Only survey ribbon now and then. Bruce Kennedy, yeah. So the track, honestly, the course markings weren't the best. They were good enough, and it was good. And Barnato, the hills were so awesome. Dave Brayman was at Corks on Sunday too. Snowed the night before. Dude, nice. Sounds like that was awesome. The Corks race. I need to get to another Corks race. It's been a few years since I've been to one. But yeah, it was brutal. Whoops for the old guys. But the news of the weekend, the thing I have to talk about, the thing that just fills my heart with joy and happiness, was my son Thomas's performance. He raced the C race. He raced Open C. His brother, that's another thing that was awesome. Ewan lined up in Open C too. First big bike race, first time in Open C, and he was on a Luciano from Australia, right on 10 p.m. in Aussie land. Ewan is on his 125 in the Open C against everybody in big bikes and much older. He's 14. And then Thomas's Open C hasn't won a race in years. Like, he hasn't won a race in a long time. And last year, he did okay Open C on his 144, but it wasn't great. His results weren't awesome. He was kind of disappointed, all that stuff. He lines up. He's second to the first turn. They get up to the top of the first, rough hill, passes the dude, and then led the rest of the race by a freaking mile. It was so awesome. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. We were all waiting for them to come around on their first lap, and I figured he would be doing okay, but I didn't really, I wasn't expecting a lot. And I look up on the ridge and I see him coming, wheeling through these big whoops, just and I'm like, that's Thomas. It's a long way out. It's kind of hard to say. I'm like, I think that's Thomas. He freaking come, flying down, comes through the start finish, just like with the most like nonchalant nod over at me, nods, and I'm freaking out, right? I'm like, yeah, you're first. He just nods and then holds that YZ250 wide freaking open up the sand wash. Just, I mean, dude, burning gas like you cannot believe. I was like, holy crap. And then it was a very long time before anyone else showed up. Oh, man, was it a long time. And then he came around. He led the whole race. He won the whole freaking thing. Overall open C by a mile. It was really, really, really cool. It was awesome. Anthony Nunez, that was badass. Affection. Yeah, I love my kids. Actually, I'm kind of a little choked up right now how much I love them. They're amazing kids, and I'm just so proud and just so blessed to have them in my life. And I love going racing with them. It's awesome. Mark Odette. Hey, there's the guy that bailed on me. Everybody, Mark Odette, Meeker Extreme, bailed out and did not go riding with me on Monday. Remember that. That is what Mark Odette does. I'm giving him a hard time. This is a friendly joking, but it is also what Mark does. He did not show up for 5 Miles of Hell on XR 650s, and he did not show up for hard enduro training on Monday. So take that, Mark. Yeah, Dan Malone, WFO, dude. Dude, it was so cool. It was so cool. There you go, Garrett Anderson. Typical Mark. I like it. Oh, so good. Yeah, so I was so proud. The kid won the thing. Ewan ended up 18th in Open C, and he was, forget where he was overall. He was pretty far down. I say pretty far. He was definitely top third. He might have, yeah, he was top. I think he was top third. Anyway, he did great. First big bike race, first Open C. He struggled. He had some crashes, but he kept going. He exploded his elbow, man. I mean, he put his freaking elbow into a rock or something, and it was all bloody and nasty. He never said a word. I mean, he finished the race. He was on the lead lap, which is cool. He finished on the lead lap by a long ways. He didn't even get close to, like, not making the lead lap. And, yeah, kid is tough as nails. He's going to be good. I'm stoked. And Barnado, yeah, we were all burning a ton of gas in that freaking sand. And it was a good, like, Thomas was fresh, had another lap of speed in him, but it's a good thing. He came around, like, they threw checkers, like, I mean, obviously he's the first one to get the checkers because he's the leader, but, like, it was, like, less than a minute before, he came in and they threw checkers. And it's a good thing because he was low on fuel. I think he still would have made a fourth lap, but it would have been really close. Oh, man. It was cool to see. The kid was just flying. Sawyer Llewellyn, what's happening? So, yeah, it was a super fun race. If you guys have never been to a WeBe race, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. And, yeah, it's super rad. Yeah, and we're going to be at the Natarita race, which is in, like, 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. It's very soon. We're getting bikes ready. Actually, well, they're not in here yet, but Thomas is actually getting a new YZ250. It's not new, but newer. Basically, our really amazing friend, Robbie Noyles, who gave us that bike that he's riding, had a newer one, and he wanted to get it to Thomas if we could find a way to get the money out of that one. So he sold the one he won on right before the race. The kid let him race it because it's his buddy. So that's going to his friend, and he's getting the newer one. It's a 16 with a whole bunch more cool parts on it. He's got this rad ride engineering triple clamp with the Showa steering stabilizer, and anyway, it's super, super trick. So he's going to be moving to that and getting which is awesome too, because his buddy who's buying the other one is in desperate need of a good bike. He bought a 92 YZ250, which is not a bad bike, and honestly a pretty fun bike to ride, but it hadn't been taken care of all that well. And so anyway, yeah, so we had a blast. If you were there, I hope you had fun too. Barnado, I know you had fun. It was a lot of fun seeing you. It was fun seeing all my friends, all my WeBe friends, the Dobson. Anyway, MJ and his wife did a great job taking over with the WeBe. I think just a couple things to say. I think the course marking could have been a little bit better. It wasn't great. Although I think everybody stayed on course. Practice was not that case. Practice was a little bit, but they got it sorted out, so they did a good job. But everything else was awesome. Races started on time. Results were posted efficiently and quickly. Trophies were handed out. They did an amazing job. Hey, two-stroke addict, what's happening? Thanks for the comment on the racing vid. We had a lot of fun on New Bike Before Natarita. Yeah, Garrett, you do need to figure out mileage on the New Bike Before Natarita. Scott Schwager, congrats to the boys. Thank you so much. We had a lot of fun. There you go. He needs a 21 XC. I got one behind me. There you go, man. Tori still wants a women's vet class. Yeah, well, you should talk to MJ. He's way more open to that than, well, I shouldn't say more open, but he's looking for new stuff. He wants to do it. WeBe Racing is awesome, even if you actually suck at dirt bikes. Rich, you did great, man. I'm soaked. You finished 2 laps. That was awesome. Moto Minded, what's up, Chris Vestal? How you doing, dude? When are we riding? Tonight, we're riding Dry Creek, and it looks like we're doing the gnarly rock crawler trails. Unless my kids show up. I think my kids are going to ride, but I think they're going to go to Peach Valley. I think that's where they're going to head. So if they do that, then I'm going to ride the nasty rock crawler trails in Dry Creek. But everybody is open to, like, there's going to be a lot of people there, and we're not all doing the rock crawler trails. So come on out if you want to ride the easier stuff in Dry Creek. But my friend Tom Mann wants to train for the hard stuff, and I need to train for the hard stuff. Levi, that was a fun race. It was awesome, man. Nice work. And Gary, talked to him twice. Cool. Well, there also has to be enough people in the class to make sense, which I don't know if there are or not. I don't know. Because you'd almost have to get rid of one of the other women's classes, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Have to get more women there. I think that's probably the other thing. Malone, Thomas did get a sweet truck. If you guys haven't seen on the Facebooks, my kid got a 74 Dodge Power Wagon for his first car, and it is freaking sick. It is so nice. It's my father-in-law's, or was my father-in-law's. He sold it to him, and my father-in-law's owned it since 1977. It's sweet. What up, Robert Boucher? Teddy Roosevelt. How's it going, man? Josiah Lopez, Peach Valley is looking perfect after all that rain, because it dried out yesterday and it's drying out today. Today is going to be the best day ever. Bruce Kennedy, that's awesome. Let's see. Ronnie Nelson, ARC 500 next week. Right on. Have fun. Is it a trail ride or is it a race? That sounds awesome. We have a nighttime ride for Independence Trail this Saturday. Sweet, Mark. Cool. I will not be making it. We have our contest winner, Jeb Fernandez, is coming in, and Jimmy Neidhart's coming all the way from New Jersey for the after private party at my house, and I'm super stoked. It's going to be awesome. The Power Wagon is amazing. Emily Raffaelli, what's happening? 74, first year of the Yamaha Monoshock. There you go. Nice, Dan Malone. Sweet. I need to get him. Oh, we need to find a 74 YZ and put it in that truck. Oh, that'd be a sick thing to have, like a sweet YZ, and then have some awesome photos of that in the back of that truck. It's rad. Update on this thing. This is the 22-300RR race that broke the cases, and dual sport through Ozarks Off-Road. Nice, Ronnie. That sounds super fun. That sounds like a really good time. I need to get out more on the 650. Fortunately, its legs have been stretched by my son, Thomas, who really enjoys riding that thing. If you guys know Eagle Valley and Sunset Rocks trails here, they're not like super hard, but they're definitely rocky. And that kid rode that 650 up Eagle, out Sunset all by himself. It was awesome. Right on, Bruce. I'm happy to contribute. So anyway, this thing, really cool news. Moto House does blow. I'm just going to blow it up now. The dealership that effed the pooch on this thing is Moto House up in Grand Junction. I would stay very, very far away from them. period. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know them personally, but I do know a lot of people who cannot stand at least their service department. I don't know what their sales or parts are like, but it doesn't matter. They suck at service, and they really screwed this thing up. They didn't break it, so let me back up. They are not the reason that it broke. They are the reason that I'm even having to talk about it online, and they're the reason that my friend Chad is super angry with them. But the cool thing is, Tim Pilg of Beta USA, I got a hold of him. Chad got a hold of him after you guys got us our, the email address and all. Anyway, we got a hold of Beta USA. Chad went back and forth with him a little bit because they wanted him to take it to Moto House. He said, never. Then they wanted him to take it to Apex or somewhere in Fort Collins. He's like, no, it's 5.5 hours. He sent me the email string, and it said, I want Highland Cycles working on it. That's all there is to it. Figure out how to make this work. So it's awesome. They're sending me a brand new motor. The factory is building a brand new motor, brand spanking new, shipping it here in a crate. We're taking this motor out, putting the new motor in, and they're going to pay me for my time, which is huge for a dealership to pay an independent shop to do anything. So it's pretty sweet. Dan Malone, they're up in junk. It used to be All Sports Honda, then Perry's, and now it's Moto House. Stay away from them. Dan Teets, what's happening? Hey, hoping you can help me out. Got a set of this from Two Stroke Addict in Australia. Got a set of forks cheap. Told they are Honda CRCRF. So I did before triple clamp. Says KZ3 under the top triple clamp. What? So you got triple clamps. What does it say on top of them? Is it Showa, or what year-ish are they? I don't know about the KZ3 thing, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Chad Hucko, super go Beta. They're awesome. They honestly, I mean, Bruce has been preaching that Beta is amazing at this stuff for a long time. A lot of people have. They've had great luck with them. I'm very, very impressed with how they're handling this. I can't believe they're going to pay me to swap this out. I mean, I know I'm going to do a great job and all that, but I mean, most manufacturers would not do that. There's no way KTM or Yamaha or Honda or anybody else would do that. There's absolutely no way. They are going to get a great deal. Prices are awesome. It is a pretty good deal, but also it's not a bad job yanking that motor out and putting a new motor in. So I'm happy to do it. I am happy about Beta. Someone asked me if when I'm going to buy a Beta. The question is when. So we're going to get the new W300 this year. It's going to be Zach's bike in the long run. It's going to be my bike until I beat it up and tear it to shreds. I'm going to give it to Zach. But I'm going to get the new 300. After that, if we can keep this whole YouTube thing rolling, if we're doing well, making money and all that good stuff, I think the next bike might be a Beta. That'd be cool. And Garrett, the only problem with Beta is the only dealer within 5 hours sucks. That is a huge problem. I'm not at liberty to say I'm not going to be a Beta dealer. Not going to be a Beta dealer. Highland Cycles will not be a Beta dealer. That's all there is to it. Highland Cycles will not be any kind of dealer. And that's because I like my freedom to say what I want to say about whatever brand I want to say it about. And that's this whole YouTube channel social thing works really good like that. I don't have any affiliation. I can say what I want to say. So we're not going to be a Beta dealer, but there might be a Beta dealer, hopefully, maybe in the future. I'm really hoping. Mark, we're working on some stuff. I would like to be an authorized service center for them. I don't want to be a dealer, like I said. Comment 24, spring forks on cross-country bikes. Plot twist, Mech Shark. So yeah, they're it's on the cross-country bikes? Because on like the XC, the XC, SX are all getting spring forks. It's funny, I couldn't find it on KTM's website, like for sure. They just kept calling them exact forks. And if you look at the picture, it shows an AER exact fork. Like if you kind of like zoom in tight, it's not, it's got the little Schrader valves and all that. But I did get confirmation yesterday from the dealer that it is a spring fork, closed cartridge spring fork. Everybody's saying it's going to be like the 6500. I'm sure it's going to be at least very, very close to that. I'm psyched. I'm happy. Get rid of those air forks. The air forks are good now. The newest ones are very, very good, but and they work well. And I feel like we do a very good job with the valving, but it's still a point of failure. I mean, I guess someone's gonna say, "Oh, springs break too." I've never seen it. Well, okay, not never. It has been a very long time since I've seen a fork spring break, and it was on some ancient vintage bike. So, anyway, you know me. I like mooses. I like things that don't fail. All that stuff. So I like the air fork, the way they work. I like the lightness and all that. I don't like the air, so I'm excited to doing that. Bruce, I'm guessing I'm going to ship the old motor to them. I can't imagine I wouldn't. I don't know. We haven't talked about that. I'm guessing I'm going to put it back in the crate they sent it in. Liz Silva, what's happening? Barnado, go blue. Heavier with springs, though. Yeah, Datsun, it is heavier. It's about 3 pounds heavier with springs, but I don't know. Garrett Anderson, if you broke a spring in your WR, I mean, it is a WR 250. You are a full-figured individual. But even if it broke, I'm guessing that it still went out without the front end being on the fender, or the fender being on the wheel. Doesn't say anything on top of clamps or forks. They look like Honda. Only markings confined or under triple clamp says KZ35. I think that makes it a Honda 2000 plus. Yeah, two-stroke. If you message me or email me a picture of them, I'm sure I can tell you. I'll put my email here. Boom. You guys anyone can email me if you want. Hey, Jared Sahagan, what's happening? What do you know about TBT Dave here in Washington? Sawyer, I hear Dave is awesome. He works with my friend Dan North up there, who has True North Motos, and they're super happy. I think Dave is really, really good. I don't know him. I'm expensive. Need to hire more help. I'm expensive, slow, take a lot of breaks, but I'm Jimmy Nyhart, I'll hire your ass. Let's do it. I'm not going to pay you much. With those credentials, I will also be very consistent on paying you, but it will be very low. Flying XC, yeah, the XCTX are definitely going springs in 24. Let's see. Oh yeah, there you go. Thanks, Mech Shark. The pages are up with spring fork inspec. Yeah, I couldn't. It's weird. The KTM.com page was not on the 300SX. Didn't show. Anyway, it was not very good. It just said, and it did not say AER. It said exact fork, and that's what they're calling it. They're calling it the exact fork, just not the exact AER. So, Daniel Malone, George Pennington is a righteous dude. Cork's guy, yeah, he's right. What? Why are we? I mean, I love George. Why are we saying that? I think he's awesome. So yeah. Anyway, very exciting news about the new KTM's. I'm hoping it'd be kind of cool if they had a new fork on the W's. Maybe they went back to the open chamber instead of the Explorer. Just went to full open chamber. That'd be awesome. Yeah, Hucko, yes, we are still getting the 24 XCW. I do not have any idea when that is coming, but I have money down on it. We're getting the first one. Very excited. And the Husky is going to be, well, actually, the Husky is going to be different on that, Chad, as you know. The Husky W, the TE, was the same as the W in every way, except it's going to have a linkage rear end, which is great for some things, not awesome for others. I really like my PDS rear end on my W for the really nasty rocky stuff, because I do hang the linkage up on the new bike in the rocks. And that's, I know everybody, Garrett's going to yell at me for not riding the old bike in the hard enduro stuff. I probably should, because it's a W. It's got all the stuff that's good for that. Anyway, I'm doing it for the views. It's all for you guys. I'm riding the new bike in the hard enduro. That's the only reason. Let's see. Oh, dude, Dan Malone, that's awesome. He showed up at the vintage race on 82 KX 420 and mopped the floor. Dude, Pennington is stupid fast. put the start switch on the left side. Yeah, Bruce Kennedy. I wish they would put the start switch on the left side. But no, I have not. They got the stupid dual switch, which Beta does too. I hate that also. Have them both on the same thing. It's like I don't like it. I know it cleans up the bars maybe, but I don't like it. I like having them separate. And yes, for me, I like to start on the left. It works good for my hole shots. By the way, quick shout out to Kelsey, RK Tech. Had my bike absolutely ripped this weekend down in Farmington. I smoked all the 4 strokes on the start. They finally got me in the really deep sand, which I knew was going to happen, but it was awesome. Yeah, it was so good. And Garrett, no, W is going to be TBI with oil injection, we think. It's also not the shiny new race bike. I know, but the shiny new race bike is hardly shiny anymore, so we're going to just beat on it. Cellular Loa. Oh, the XC is getting ridden so much because it's newer. Absolutely. As far as just like going out and riding, 100% it's because it's newer. But the reason I'm racing it in that hard enduro is for the views, because honestly, my W would be a much better choice for the hard enduro, partially because it's hammered. It's got 500 hours on it, or more, maybe 550 now. It's a lot. So it's a way better choice for that kind of race, especially my skill level of that kind of race. I'm going to be throwing it on the ground a bunch, but it's for the YouTubes to see if we can make, an XC, a new 23 XC do hard enduro. But yeah, for day in, day out riding, and because of the horsepower. So good. Very keen to say 24 KTM. I think two-stroke guy is going to be TBI. Oh, dude, Garrett is right. If I want views, take the 650. I am going to take the 650 up some rock crawler trails here soon. Let's see. We like the linkage for her because it's a little lower. Would not have to get the suspension lowered as much. Yes, Chad, you are correct. The linkage is good for that. And the linkage is good at speed. I like that. SX Convo Derailleur. My hometown dude crushed it. Bam Bam for yes! Yes. Dude, thank you, Keith McQueen. Let's talk a little bit about SX. That was so cool. So good to see Bam Bam on the box, on the top of the box. That was really, really, really cool. Yeah, Old Mace. Guys, say hi to Mason Fenton. That's Old Mace. That's my son's friend. He was with us in Farmington. Mace, how'd you like it? What, aren't you supposed to? Oh, no, you don't have school today. Never mind. I was like, aren't you supposed to be in class? But you're not. They're out of school today because it seems like kids don't ever go to school these days. There's always some sort of break. It's crazy. I'm so glad they raced it too in East Rutherford. I'm glad they didn't bail out and do like a football or baseball thing where they did have to wait for the lightning, which is probably a good idea. We don't need anybody getting hit by lightning in a race, but it was awesome. Barnado, yeah, hey, there we go. Hit the like button. If you're watching this and having fun, there's a whole bunch of you watching, lots, which is awesome. Thank you very much. Hit the like button, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube. RJ, Dan Malone, RJ's Death Slide, do or die. Yeah, that was hilarious. And the funny thing is about that, Dan Malone, is that cost him his race, and it let both Lawrence brothers get on the podium. So it did not go well for him. Gary Anderson, don't go to school today. I'm just going to say it. I kind of have to. But yeah, back out of the chat, hit the thumbs up, come back in. And if you're on Facebook, hit the thumbs up or whatever. I don't know how it looks on Facebook. By the way, if you're watching on Facebook, Mark Odette, how's this look on Facebook? How's this working out? What do you think about the Varg electric bike? Guess they finally shipped. Mark, I think the Varg is rad as far as a neat thing. It's not an off-road vehicle yet for me. It doesn't look, I don't know. It's the distance isn't good enough. It's crazy expensive. I worry about the battery like crashing and things like that. I mean, I'm sure they have that all figured out. I'm sure it's good. But for me, honestly, my biggest holdup on any vehicle for a primary thing is range. And it just doesn't have the range. But it looks wicked. I'd like to ride one. Mike Webster from Michigan, what's happening? Great. Good to see You look and sound good. Thank you, Liz. I appreciate it. So the Varga's cool. I hear they're shipping. I hear they're fast. I'm sure it's really awesome. Our new little Mac Fox E pit bike is rad, guys. I rode it to Peach Valley and back last night from my house, which is pretty far, with the motor running. It made it all the way there and back. Pretty sweet. It's a pretty cool deal. Full transparency, they reached out to me. They gave me that bicycle to review. I very much appreciate it. And honestly, for a pit bike at the races, I think it's going to be really cool. No maintenance, no oil changes, none of that crap. I don't have to put gas in it. It's quiet for nighttime shenanigans, which may or may not happen. It's got the big fat tires on it, so it goes through the dirt and stuff like that. Good. I think it's awesome. So if you want to, check it out. There's a link in the description of not this video, but my other videos, and then all over the socials. It does help us out if you do buy one. Also, it helps us out, actually, if you just click that link and go and check it out. So that'd be awesome. 21 Husky front brake became a sponge in the last couple months. Sitting was fine prior to has this become a thing? Yeah, CC, it is a thing, and it sucks. My 18 used to do that. Do you have Brembo or Magura? Let me know. Is there a way you can do a show on fouling plugs and how to tune the bikes to stop fouling plugs? About 2 YZs, 1 Monster, 1 regular, and they're both fouling 2 3 plugs a ride. Jeremy Harper. Is that you who were contacting me on Instagram? I don't think so. There you go. Garrett Anderson, awesome. I got to haul that generator to get home. Yes. Yes. Oh, Mark Odette. Yes, I did get the stickers. Thank you so much. I was going to make a post about that. Sorry, I haven't yet. But yes, I got the stickers and the paper, which is awesome. Dan Malone, my little bike does not have rear suspension, but they have one coming. I think I'm going to get one of those too that has front and rear. It's awesome. Get ready for Natarita. And what's the terrain like? Soft, fluff, and rocks. Yeah, there you go, Garrett. So, Mason, the best thing to get ready for Natarita is just go ride as much as possible. Don't worry about the terrain too much and all that. Just ride. Willie Watts, give it some gas. That's awesome. The banana seat's not ugly. Shut. You're ugly. Nyhart. Oh, Jeremy Harper. That's your cousin. So, on the fouling plugs, I can do a jetting thing. It's weird that those are fouling plugs. Mike Barnato, Willie Watts is give it some gas. Fair enough. But, I mean, my kids don't always pin it, although now they do. But they haven't always pinned it on their YZs, and they've never fouled plugs. So, and you're down at sea level, it's stock jetting, it should work just fine. I don't know why they're both doing that. I would maybe look at I know you're running Yamalube, and I don't like Yamalube, honestly. I like Yamaha, but I don't like Yamalube that much. Doing the ride this weekend with the contest. Anthony Borian, yes, we are still doing the ride with the contest winner. He's going to be here Friday night. We're riding Saturday at Peach Valley and Sunday Dry Creek. So, yeah, I will post up exactly what times and all that, but I would say Tony probably going to be around 10 o'clock those days, so we have time to hang out, have breakfast, and chill. So probably 10 o'clock at Peach, 10 o'clock at Dry Creek, but stay tuned. And yes, please come. It's going to be fun. B. Hall, thank you. You're welcome. It's so ugly sending rainbow tassels. Oh, Keith, please send me rainbow tassels. I don't care. I will run those. Stickers would make good decoration for the yes, Crash Art. I love it. I need a bell for the bars on that. I need a bell for the bars. I need a cup holder, and I need tassels. So if you guys want to reach out, Mark Odette wins the contest for sending awesome stuff. He sent me a disco ball. It's out here. I think I can. Right. There it is. Right there. Disco ball. Thank you, Mark. So yeah. CC Brembo. First, let's go back to the YZs for a second. Try a different oil. I know that shouldn't make a difference. It should be fine, but I would try something other than Yamalube. I'm not a huge fan. I don't know which Yamalube you're running, or it's the race stuff or the normal stuff, but try Motor X. I like Motor X, even in the kids' YZs, not just because it's for KTMs. But yeah, I would, I would try a different oil. I would also try going to 40-1. I know you guys are running like 36-1 or 32-1 or something like that. Try 40-1. Try Motor X for a tank, and then let me know, because the jetting sounds like it's right. Although your cousin said he's like a 148, which for a main, which sounds really lean. Barnado, I think you would agree. My kid's running a 168 on his up here at elevation, 168 main and a 50 pilot. So 609 Jimmy Neihart, church Sunday. Yes, we're gonna do it. I am scared, but I'm gonna do it. So I will announce that when and all that stuff. But yes, test the jetting. Yeah, why is he? I know Willie Watts. I know you shouldn't have to test the jetting. What, Willie? What are you running for oil and ratio? Let me know. I would like to know what you're running, Willie. I know your bikes always run good. And a phone. I don't need a phone mount. Just kidding. Tony Borian, that's awesome. Coming down right in Montrose. That's awesome. Let's do it. It's gonna be fun. And I don't know what Jeb's skill level is. I know he's got a 22 Husky TPI badass 300. So, I mean, I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't know if he's fast or slow or likes the really hard stuff or likes it. But we're gonna do whatever he wants to do. And tailor the ride to him because he's the one that won. So I'm super stoked. Nate Scardella. That's a crazy name. Is that actually your name, Nate? That's sweet. I like it. What would be the first upgrade? 18 300 XCW. Think of going with a key in PWK in Colorado. Nate, actually, first upgrade, I would. I like this. So I have that exact same motorcycle, and I love it very much. Kean. If you buy a Kean, if you like, well, I'm guessing you bought a 300 XCW because you want more torque and that low end grunt that it has. So I like the 36 Kean the best. But honestly, the first upgrade I would do to that, as far as performance, it would be an RK Tech head. Because I mean, honestly, the stock carburetor is not horrible if you jet it and you fix the little jet black gasket thing, but if you can do RK Tech head and Kean at the same time. Oh, Dan Malone handguards. Handguards. Any protection. Protection first. I'm guessing maybe that's already on there. I don't know. I would do protection, skid plate, handguard, disc guard, if you like the rocks, stuff like that. So I would get all that done because you need to protect that investment. And then performance upgrades, I would do, if you can, again, head and key and carbon would be stoked. Mercedes, yes, two strokes matter, 100%. What oil do I prefer for air filters? Bel-Ray. I like the Bel-Ray air filter oil the best. I like the bulk stuff that comes in the quart or liter bottle because it is crazy sticky. Is a stretch in both bikes fouling the right seconds. Bruce Kinney's wondering if the right side crank seal is fouling. It would be crazy weird for a brand new Yamaha to do that. It is possible, especially since they're two different bikes. I mean, bought by the family members, but not. So it's possible. I guess you'd have to know if it was smoking really bad and smelled like training oil. Fuel says as long as my bike sit quite a bit. Bel-Ray H1R Sunoco 105. Willie Watts, what ratio? Let me know. And yeah, I know it's and you stop making them sit. You need to ride more. Brembo not trading for Chinese junk. So CC Brembo, thank you. Let's talk about that. Brembo. So my Brembo on my 18 300 XCW used to do. It got to the point where it did it like every time I would let it sit for a week. The front brake would be spongy, and I could actually a lot of times just push on the caliper. Like I take my hands and push the caliper into the rotor and like force the piston out, and then it would bleed it. So there's like an air leak at the top because it's not pushing much, and it would pop it out. So 40, 51, 30, if you can pin it all day long. There you go, Mark Bonato. So yeah, I would, Jeremy, go to 40-1, maybe 50-1, and try a different oil. H1R is really good. There you go. Already has handguards. Right on, Nate. Sweet. I'm guessing it already has a skid plate and all that good stuff too. Oil that filters too much. So yeah, Bel-Ray air filter oil, hands down the best oil I have used so far. Works really good. It sticks. I pulled a filter. I kind of had lost it in my van in my little cabinet thing. I didn't know it was in there for one of my bikes. It had been in there for, I don't know, 5 months, 6 months, because I had taken it to Oklahoma as a spare. It was wrapped up in a bag, but just like in there, and it was still oily and sticky, and I put it in my bike and worked great. So, big fan. Let me see if I missed anybody else. Yes, Jimmy Neihart, I'm going to do it. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Cannot wait to see. Where are you, Jimmy? Drop the needle Dan Malone. So he's already got the needle at the number 1 position. So and I guess we should ask Jeremy, is when he said number 1 position, I'm assuming you mean the top and not the bottom. Because quick note for everyone who still has a carburetor and you don't know which way it goes on the needle, when people tell you what number position on the needle that they're using for the clip, it goes 1 at the top down to however many they have, 5, 7, whatever. Starts with number 1. That is a common misconception. So if you guys are in the bottom, which I think on that needle is a 5, it might be 7. I can't remember how many positions it has, but it's got a lot. So, yeah, make sure it's at the top or number. I usually like number 2 most of the time, should be good, but I don't think that's your problem. Any other questions, guys? I'm going to head out here soon. Got lots to do. I actually got to unload some motorcycles because Thomas is coming down to work on his new bike and swap parts and all that good stuff. So I got to get that done. And then Ewan is going to be working on his bike, get it ready after the race. And then I've got to do work on you see that orange seat? Everybody hates that orange seat. I kind of like it. But I got to put a normal tire back on it instead of the sand tire. Mark Odette, you need to come over. Let's ride. I need to come over there and ride too. I need to ride Independence and all that Penrose stuff and check it out. So, all right, guys, I'm going to head out if there's no other questions. I love you guys so much. You guys are my favorite. Punk Rock Club, you guys are my actual favorites, like down deep in my soul favorites. So I love you very much. I love you more than other people. Hey, there's my mom. She just showed up. Mom, I love you. We're heading out. It needs a black seat. McKinney, I don't even know where to buy a seat cover, and I don't mind. I'm going to tear that thing up. I'm hoping that I'd like to see a Chirvis come back out with the X seat, but let's see. Jacob, no, great in the sand, and no problem to steer with my 6500 kit. So I don't know what's going on with yours. It's amazing. Yamalube air filter. We put needle clip position 1 negative 1 for felling now. So yeah, Jeremy. Maybe these are all. I don't know. Rich. I need to come ride with you. I gotta get over there. It's hard to leave this side of the hill. It's so nice over here. So, God, Jeremy, keep messaging me. Guys, I love you. I got a boogie. Have an awesome day. Get out, spread the gospel 2 wheels. And as always, I desperately hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on, maintain, and keep your bike in really good shape so that you can go ride your dirt bikes.